All right, signs that you're dealing with a monitoring spirit. Okay, let's get into it. So I got me a list right here. All right, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So first off, let's define monitoring spirit. Now, this is my personal definition. If you go on Google, all of the answers are there for you, but this is just me sharing from my personal experience and my own thoughts. Monitoring spirit, someone who observes, listens, and collects information on you and takes it to another source, or uses it against you for personal gain, to get leverage, with the intentions of sabotaging your path. Okay, so monitoring spirit, let's identify who these people are. Now, they can come in the form of insects as well. So if you notice a random gnat just coming towards you out of nowhere, there's no infestations or anything going on, but just out of the clear blue, there's a gnat that comes and visits you. That's a monitoring spirit. Just that random fly that comes and lands on you, that's a monitoring spirit. So you have to pay attention to those things, because those things are telling you something. And for those of you that may think this is just very odd, because me myself, I didn't think anything of these type of things, but they are very much real. So let's jump right on into it. Number one, monitoring spirits are super nosy. All right, when we're talking about people, these people, they come asking a lot of questions and wanting a lot of details. All right, to the point where it makes you uncomfortable. These people are studying you, taking notes. So be mindful of people who always want the tea. Okay, this is the type of person that knows what the gag is, on all of the hot topics. Just think about Wendy Williams. All right, she knows everybody's business, and she is the queen of gossip. No offense, I used to watch her show, but that's just giving you an example. All right, sign number two of a monitoring spirit. They know everybody's business. Okay, king and queen of gossip. Like I said, it's a difference between someone who's just well informed and someone who's forming a case. And in the case of a monitoring spirit, they are building a case on you, evaluating you in secret. And how they interact with others will tell you a lot about who they are when they're not around you. Now, don't get me wrong. These people may put on a front. They got to keep their cover under wraps. But a lot of times, a person cannot hide who they are. So when they are out and they're interacting with other people, when you observe that, they're going to show that they have a tendency to gossip. Now, if they start sharing other people's business, if they start sharing your business, definitely, you want to take note of that. That is monitoring spirit behavior. Sign number three, trouble respecting boundaries. Okay, monitoring spirits, they don't know limitations, and they feel entitled to you and your space. Okay, these spirits will show up at your place unannounced and expect you to answer the door, and usually are overbearing and controlling. This is the type of person that a monitoring spirit will be, and in some cases they're narcissistic, because it's like they have to get their way by any means necessary. And so they'll do certain things that will impose on you. And the tactic is to get you to bend and to get you to be okay with them pushing the limits. All right, so that's sign number three, trouble respecting your boundaries. These people do not know what no means, and you will be able to tell if they're giving off that energy of entitlement. And if a person can't respect your boundaries, for one, that's a sign that they don't respect you and they don't have good intentions for you. Now let's get into sign number four. All right, question people that share minimal information, not an equal exchange of energy. All right, so in a relationship, it should be, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the phrase I'm looking for? Not give and take, but pretty much that's what I'm getting at. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. All right, we're both, giving equal exchange of energy. If you get the sense that you're the one that's always giving, you're the one that's always sharing, and this person is just sitting back, listening, observing, and taking it all in, that's a red flag. Why are you so quiet? Why don't you have anything to tell me? What's going on in your life? What what are you doing? All right. And now, I'm not saying that there aren't people that exist that are introverted or more quiet, because there are different personalities. But a monitoring spirit will be quiet with the intention of specifically being on mission, gathering information about you with that in mind, of sabotaging you. And so I'm not referring to introverts. Notice that you're the one doing all the sharing of information, and they're silent, and then they just hang up the phone. They're siphoning your energy. So you want to pay attention to people that do that as well. All right, so let's go on to number five, overly nice. Okay, you definitely got to pay attention to people that do the most. All right, when they're coming to you bearing flowers and, people that do the most early, you want to pay attention to people like that, because it's like they're coming with a motive. Like, you hardly know me, and you're doing all of this right off the bat. Nah, you come in here with an intention. All right, so you want to pay attention to people that are just super nice. All right, you have to ask, why are they being so nice so soon? This can also be a red flag of someone coming to gauge you with ill intention, pretty much trying to draw you in, sucker you in. And sadly, I have to say that some of these people come in the name of Jesus. These people can be your very own congregation in church. All right, we all know those people that comes in wolves and sheep clothing, and they're nothing but hypocrites. But the whole time, they're monitoring you, they're gaining information, and their plan is to pinpoint areas of your life that they can plant seeds and sabotage. So that is sign number 5. Too nice. And pay attention to those super religious folks as well, because that's also a red flag. Now, sign number 6 is your body. Trusting your gut is going to be your number 1 way to spot a monitoring spirit. Your body is a lie detector and a sensor for nonsense. If it don't sit well with your spirit, chances are that isn't right. So don't ignore it. And lastly, question people that are quick to try and gaslight you out of your feelings. If they can get you to second guess yourself, then they can manipulate you, and that's where the games begin. So people that are quick to make you feel like you don't know what you're feeling, that what you're saying is not really true, you definitely need to keep your eyes on those people, because what they're trying to do is poke holes in you and invalidate your thoughts and make you feel insecure. And if they can do that, then they know they won't have any trouble being able to take you down and being able to sabotage your path. That is a huge red flag. Somebody that gaslights you, definitely monitoring spirit behavior. And there you have it. That is it for this video. I hope that you found this information helpful on monitoring spirit. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, what you think about monitoring spirits, what your experience has been. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.